Why are you staring at a blank screen again? When you know you've got exams coming. And then you end up watching another YouTube video, you end up watching another TV show, you end up procrastinating again. Days, weeks go by, and you wonder, when is this cycle ever going to end? And how do you break out of it? And not just once, not just for tomorrow, for good. In today's video, we're gonna have an intervention. By the end of this video, you are going to commit to changing things for good. I'm going to share with you the 5 best ways to study when you have zero motivation to, when you don't feel like it. And the first thing you need to do is go inside, not outside, for that motivation, for that drive, the energy that you need. And it starts with something you've heard many people say before. Remind yourself of why. Why are you taking that course? Why are you going to school? I know you have to, but what is this for? Are you struggling because of school, or are you struggling for something? One of these is a victim mindset, and one of these is a champion mindset. Emotions are an essential part of executing any plan. Knowing something isn't enough. You need to make yourself feel inspired. And that's not going to come from somebody outside. It's not going to come from me. One of the most surprising things about motivation, a common misconception that we have, is that it often comes after starting a behavior, not before. So this is the problem. You're waiting for motivation to study when you need to study to get motivated. You need to go inside your own mind and find the active inspiration to move you forward. Your mind is ruled by 2 different systems, the rational mind and the emotional mind, and both of them compete for control. Your rational mind, it wants to change something, it wants to study, it wants you to achieve your potential in life. The emotional mind, it loves the comfort, it loves the safety, it loves doing the fun things, the procrastinating things. Every behavior has a positive intention behind it. So stop waiting for motivation and ask yourself, why does this matter? And it doesn't have to be something noble or good. It could just be, I need to get a good grade so I can get into this university, so I can get this job, so I can make some money. But what is it that's going to compel you to make some moves? The second thing you need to remember, start looking for the best environment. I promise you, it's going to be way easier and way more effective. Environment is the invisible hand that shapes your behavior. You might think that your habits are a product only of your motivation, your talent, your willpower, your effort, but your personal characteristics, your intentions sometimes get trumped by the environment around you. And this is nothing new. It's been known for 80 years. In 1936, psychologist Kurt Lewin, he wrote a simple equation that effectively summarized human behavior. And it goes like this: P equals F brackets PE. This equation is basically saying behavior is the result of that person in an environment. So think about it. When you're sat in an exam, you're at the front of the hall or the classroom, and the teacher is standing over you, and 30 other students are sitting in silence, writing away. Do Do you worry about motivation? No. Are you motivated? Yes. Do whatever you need to design for your laziness. Go to productive environments. Structure the physical and virtual space around you so that you make good choices by default. It's not about how motivated you are. It's about being in the right place and designing for that laziness. The motivation, it'll find you later. The next tip is state change. When you have no motivation, what is it like? Just pay attention to your body. How is it moving? What are your eyes focusing on? How many tabs do you have open right now? How many other things are you trying to do? What you need to do is change your emotional state. Your mind and your body, they're interconnected. When your body gets tired after a long day, your mind gets tired. When you haven't eaten, your body is craving more calories. Your mind finds it hard to focus. And an easy way to change the way that you feel in an instant so that you get motivated again is to change your physical state. Just notice what your breathing is like when you're motivated, when you're in flow versus when you're distracted. There's several ways you can do this. The first one is go for a 9-minute walk. Spend time with your loved ones. Talk about your motivation levels with someone. Do some Wim Hof breathing. Play an instrument. Take a long, warm bath or shower. Because this gets you into a relaxed state of mind, which is important to get you in the right frame of mind, the right focus. And it's only when your mind is at ease that those alpha waves start rippling through your brain, and you're more likely to look inwards, to introspect and think, this is why I need to get this done. This is why I need to focus. Imagine what that would be like. And you already know this is intuitively true. Why else do you have most of your best ideas while you're on the bus, on the train, when you're in the shower? You have no distractions around you. There's nothing you're trying to solve or fix or do. It's just one focus. Relaxing. Ease creates and urgency destroys. Tip number 4, think negatively. There's always people advising you to follow the law of attraction, to think positively and envisage your success. But there's pros and cons to everything. So it's important to think, what could go wrong? If you sit here doing nothing while you're listening to me, the clock is ticking. You have less time now than you did before. Do you feel motivated now? Instead of a vision board, create a worst case scenario absolute failure board. Go to your kitchen, throw all the junk food out the window, burn it, and go do a 3-hour workout. Because sometimes you need a jump start. Sometimes you need to take massive action to get you moving. And this is an idea I got from one of the world's best minds, a guy called Hadfield, who was an astronaut for 21 years. And he only spent 6 months in space. So what was he doing the rest of the time? He was thinking negatively. Every single thing that could go wrong, he was planning, he was preparing, he was remembering what exactly he needed to do for every scenario. You can call it negative thinking, but it's productive and it works. Once you've understood all of the potential risks and you've prepared against them, there is no more fear, just motivation. And the final tip, set up a non-negotiable agreement. Call your friend and tell them, if I don't do my assignment by next week, I'll give you £100. This is known as a commitment device, because if you commit to nothing, you are going to be distracted by everything. It's called hyperbolic discounting. It's a fancy way of saying we overvalue the short run relative to the long run. So if I give you two similar rewards, you will show a preference for the one that you can have now rather than later. Let me give you some practical examples. It's obvious. Do you sit and watch TV? Or do you go out for a run in the cold? Do you grab the fruit salad or the cheesecake like everyone else for dessert? All of you know what's good right now isn't necessarily good in the long run. And commitment devices like the non-negotiable agreement, they change this up so that choosing what feels good in the short run, not doing the task you need to, not studying, it gets more costly. And in addition, you have to set a concrete goal. Instead of saying, I'm going to lose some weight this year, I'm going to do some more studying this year, you have to say something like, I will spend 2 hours every day after school in the library focusing on my maths module that I'm weak on. You get what you focus on in life, and if you don't know what you need to focus on, if you don't commit to something, you are doomed to fail and be distracted. Take it serious. Remind yourself, why are you doing this? Why does this even matter? Put yourself in environments that factor in your failure, where you know you're not going to feel like it, but you're at the library anyway, you're at your study session anyway. Change your state. Go for a walk, go for a warm shower or bath, do whatever you need to. Think negatively about the consequences of your behavior. And the final thing is set up a non-negotiable agreement. Now, for those of you who want to take things further, if you want to find out what your purpose is in life, how to stop falling victim to procrastination, and how to consistently stay calm and composed in any situation, I have a course called Discovery, which costs just £7, and you can check it out in the description below and learn the methods and techniques to help you create your most meaningful life. Peace.